Welcome back to the Lone Ranger Radio Show. Bruce Woodburn, CrossCountry Mortgage. We've got a lot to talk about. We've talked about the government shutdown and how mortgages got a bit of a boost. And when I say a boost, I don't mean a boost up. I mean a cut back. So it really has benefited. And then you got Trump threatening to tariff China more money. That helped. I mean, come on, we need some more bad news in the market to make mortgage rates continue to come down. And I tell you guys that, generally when stocks are doing well, mortgages aren't doing so well. When stocks are doing poorly, mortgages are doing better. So although I want stocks to do well for my portfolio, I want them to do poorly for you. So everybody that wants to buy a home or refinance should always wish for a bad economy until they lock the rate in. Then you want a good economy. I know that would be selfish, wouldn't it? We don't want that. But I will tell you, that's the way the market works. So you will benefit when when stocks are down, generally mortgage rates are coming down too. So right now, that seems to be what's happening. We've seen some losses in the Dow, losses in the NASDAQ, and gains in the bond market. So yay for bonds for a change. And being that there's 3.5 homes on the market for every one buyer, buyers are winning all the way around. Man, tell you what, if you are considering buying and you are not jumping in right now, give your head a shake, bang your head against the steering wheel a couple times, write down my phone number and give me a call, because I can't tell you any more than I can. I can't convince you more than me telling you now is a great time. Now, whether you take advantage of that, it's up to you. But you got me telling you. I'm telling you, it's an opportunity. Rates are down, and yet you still have an opportunity in the market. With sellers are paying concessions. Down payment assistance, hometown heroes. I can get you up to $35,000 in down payment assistance if you're a first-time home buyer. Veterans should be buying right now, big time. If you are marginal credit score, okay, even low credit scores, FHA, what a deal. Because FHA does not penalize you for having crappy scores, where Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac do. So conventional loans, they don't work for bad credit scores or even low. Even if you're under 700, I rarely recommend you do a conventional loan. Rarely. Because FHA is better, much better. But for some of you, if you're putting 20% down and you don't have a good score, well, then maybe conventional loan still may be better for you. Guess who analyzes that and gives you his honest opinion? The loan arranger. Call me now. 813-213-4009. That's 813-213-4009. Or WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. My name is Bruce Woodburn. I'm the loan arranger. I've been lending for over 35 years. I'm right here in your backyard, and yet I lend in all 50 states. If you're thinking about buying or refinancing or even selling, I'll help you with a real estate agent. My real estate rebate program, unbelievable. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I have a 98% close rate with unbelievably satisfied clients. Why? Because you come to me, I connect you with a vetted real estate agent. They give you up to 25% of their commission. And I don't give you a crappy real estate agent. I give you a really good real estate agent. I even tell them how to negotiate your transaction for you so that you win all the way around. I got a client right now, and I got the realtor. First of all, the realtor goes, Bruce, this is how it started. They had their own realtor. I told them how to negotiate the deal based on how I pre-approved the client. Now, I tell the realtor how to negotiate the deal based on the client's ability. So if you get a letter from me saying you're pre-approved for $400,000 and I need 6% towards closing costs, and that realtor goes out and negotiates a deal and doesn't get the closing costs, most of the time the buyer can't close at all because they don't have the money. I put it in there to help save them money so they wouldn't come out of pocket. So this happened to me just the other day. The client didn't use my realtor. They used one of their family friends, and boy, was it a crap show because they went out, $400,000 purchase. I needed 6% towards closing costs. So the realtor calls me and says, we're under contract, Bruce. I'm like, that's awesome. Send me over a copy of the contract. We'll go ahead and get it closed right away. I get the contract and I'm looking through it and I'm looking through it. I'm like, call up and I'm like, Karen, where are the closing costs for the buyer? Oh, well, the seller didn't want to pay the closing costs on this deal. Oh, great. Okay, that's no problem. So where's the buyer going to get the money to close then? Well, what do you mean? Well, they needed that money in order to buy the house. They don't have enough cash to close. And I put it in your pre-approval letter so you knew what they had to do. Oh, I know, but the seller wouldn't do that. Oh, really? The seller wouldn't do that? That's nice to know. Thank you for that. That's really good. But now that deal ain't closing. Your buyer doesn't have enough money to do it. So then that deal fell apart, as I knew it would. I told him, I said, Robin, Andrew, I need you to listen to me because that deal fell apart because your real estate agent did not know what the hell they were doing. And I don't care if a seller says, I'm not doing this or I'm not doing that. If you can't qualify without it, you don't have a deal either way. So I said, let me connect you with a great real estate agent. I connected them with an unbelievable agent. Matter of fact, an agent right here in town that I would personally use if I were buying a house. Really good agent. So that agent found a better house and got all the closing costs paid and got repairs made. And I'm going to tell you something. The client came back and went, God, I wish I would have listened to you. So listen, save yourself the headaches, folks. Just listen to me up front. I'm going to take you down the right path. So listen to me up front. My phone number, Tampa, 813-213-4009. Write it down, 813-213-4009. Or webringyouhome.com. Or you can go to my Orlando phone number. They all ring the same phone, by the way. 407-706-3313. 407-706-3313. Or webringyouhome.com. Get your application made. You know, when you make application with me, I only do a soft credit pull. We're not going to do a hard credit pull. Why do you guys always call me that listen to my radio show and go, you're only going to do a soft pull for me, right, Bruce? You're only going to do this. Yes. I wouldn't tell you that if I wasn't. Now, there are cases with some of you, FHA and VA particularly, but we cannot get a good approval when we run your loan through our automated system with a soft pull. At that point, if I look at all your numbers and it looks like it's good to go, I'll go ahead and do a hard pull with your permission. I would never do it. And people go, I don't want you to do something to damage my credit. Why would I want to do something to make your credit worse? So then I can't do a loan for you? Well, that wouldn't make any sense. And I have to laugh at some of you. You call me up. You go, Bruce, I just want you to know, I need you to get me the best interest rate. Really? What do you mean by that? I need the lowest interest rate. Really? Is that right? Because most people call me up and want the highest interest rate I can give them. And they're like, what? You mean that? No, of course I don't mean that. Nobody wants to call any lender and tell them they don't care what the interest rate is. Just get me a mortgage. If somebody told me that, I would think that there's probably a problem with them somewhere along the line, either mentally or their finances are so screwed up that they just need a loan no matter what. But nobody calls me up and tells me they want a high rate. Everybody wants a low rate. I'm in the business. I wouldn't be one of the top producers in the country if I gave people high rates. People come back to me time and time again. I got my friend Shirley. I bet you I've done 10 mortgages for Shirley. And you know what? She went through my Leapfrog program and I haven't counted up her net worth, but I'm going to say it's in excess of 10 million. Why? She's gone through my leapfrog program. She does everything I tell her to do. And now she's rich. Wouldn't you like to do that, folks? I mean, do you have a mentor that you can count on for that? And don't call your Uncle Herman that used to sell real estate in 1970. Don't do that. I'm in the market today. I'm in the market now. I'm doing the same thing you're doing. So go to somebody that knows what they're doing today, not an old timer from the 70s. And I hear that all the time, or I'll have a client go, well, Bruce, I really know, I know how this game works because I was a mortgage guy back in 2004. Well, what happened to you? How come you're not a mortgage guy now? Well, you know what happened to the market. Yeah, I do know what happened to the market. The market tanked, and all the bad mortgage people are the ones that got out. The good ones stayed in. So which one are you? A good one or a not so good one? Well, they don't like that. But the loan arranger, you know me, I just tell it the way I see it. And I truly do. I love helping people, and I hate to see you make bad decisions. But oftentimes you will make a bad decision. And then you come to me to fix it. Like folks that go, you know what, Bruce? I had one call me just the other day. She goes, hey, Bruce, I know you're going to be mad at me, but I didn't go with you. And I went with my credit union because they gave me a better rate. But now they're not going to close. They said I don't qualify. So then they said, but can you match their rate? Well, their rate was stupid. It wasn't realistic because they can't give you the rate, because they can't give you the mortgage. I give you the rate and I actually close. Isn't that amazing? You actually close. Listen, there's very few loans that if I tell you we're going to closing, we're going to closing. Unless you flat out lied to me. And I did have had a client last month. He was in a high end guy. I mean, making $3 million a year. And I was doing a cash out refi for him. And I had one condition, and I needed to document how he paid cash for the house that I was actually pulling money out of to give him. And he kept telling me, I had it in cash. I had it in cash. And I'm like, I don't see the bank account. Show me the bank account. And he's like, you got it. And I'm like, no, I don't have it. It's not here. Yeah, you got it. It's right there. And I'm like, show me. It's not there. Finally, I got out to him. He goes, well, yeah, I got an equity line from a bank out of Louisiana. And that's where the money came from. Why didn't you just tell me that? Why did you make me go down a bunny trail for 2 weeks trying to figure out where this money was? You just weren't honest with me. And it delayed his closing, which I don't like, but it was his fault because he misled me. Don't mislead me. Be honest with me about every single thing. I'd rather tell me the worst possible situation, but be honest with me. Because when a lender is surprised after they've already submitted the loan to underwriting, then the underwriters think the loan officer is in cahoots with the fraudulent buyer. You don't want that. You tell me everything, I'll tell you, okay, let's put that aside. Let's tuck that under the mattress and let's do this. Now, I'm not telling you I'm going to do something that's illegal or fraudulent. I will never, ever, ever do it. I mean, I'd lose my license, and I employ a lot of people, and that would be devastating. So I don't do that. But with my experience, we can get pretty creative on the things we need to do to get you a great mortgage. My name's Bruce Woodburn, and I'm the Loan Arranger. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me today. You can call me directly at 813-213-4009 or 407-706-3313, or go to WeBringYouHome.com. Go to my website, WeBringYouHome.com. Check out my podcast, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and YouTube channel. God bless you. I will see you next week. Same time, same place. Have a good weekend.